to our YouTube channel. I'm David, co-owner and co-founder of Wolf Marketing. We're a digital marketing agency specialized in luxury travel, luxury hospitality, private aviation, and super yachting. We release a new video on this channel every 2 weeks talking about digital strategy, digital advertising, conversion design, and marketing analytics. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon if you don't want to miss out on the new content. Also, go to jadewolfmarketing.com and book a free discovery call with us if you want to hire an agency to help you achieve your business goals. Without any further delay, let's dive into the video. So today's topic is all about marketing strategy for luxury travel brands. Strategy is sadly a topic that is often overlooked, especially in smaller businesses or medium-sized businesses when there is a lack of resources, talents, time, or skill to execute on the strategy. For us at Wolf, strategy is very important because it's bred into what we do, since often brands approach us when they want to attract a specific type of high net worth segment around the world in a specific market for a specific business model. So strategies is usually what we start with when we service a new client. Skipping on important elements in the strategy can be very detrimental to your brand and to the success of your marketing campaign, because if you miss out on important elements of, profiling your customer, profiling your market, figuring out what they like, what they dislike, what resonates with them, the different aesthetics that people might have, and the different values that people might associate with your brand, then you will be in for a bad awakening. So what are some must-haves and what are some advanced elements of luxury marketing strategy? Let's dive into each individual element. Business strategy over marketing strategy. This is usually, for marketers, hard to swallow or hard to believe, but ultimately marketing as itself is a function of the business, and marketing should be informed by the business strategy. And why do I say business strategy? Because this is really important depending on how mature your brand is. If you, for example, a luxury travel advisor that is a solo entrepreneur, very small in the beginning, your whole focus might be on becoming profitable, building marketing structures, building an email list, building up a brand, getting awareness in the market for the first time. So your strategy will differ very much from like a medium-sized travel agency who has maybe multiple offices already around the world, is a little bit known in the luxury travel market and now wants to grow and scale and venture into new advertising channels, increase their lead generation, increase their profitability, all the way up to an enterprise company, for example, in luxury hospitality or a private jet manufacturer who seeks efficiency with well-established marketing processes that are executed by in-house teams and external partners like agencies and freelancers. Or they might want to have some digital innovation applied to what they do, and they want to venture into new areas when it comes to marketing technology, sales technology, new ways to talk to their customers, ways to reinvent their brand. So depending on who you are and where your company is in its stage of development, the business strategy really needs to inform the marketing strategy. Alignment with sales. Marketing, especially in business models like yacht charters, aviation charters, luxury travel agencies and advisors, and partially in MICE when it comes to luxury hospitality, really needs to be aligned with marketing. Sales and marketing are not opposing functions in any business, even though in reality often people act like that. But in truth, they need to be aligned. They're two sides of the same coin. Marketing really needs the knowledge of the customers and the market from sales, and sales really needs the creative ideas, the reach, the awareness, and the processes and the systems that marketing can provide to help them fill their pipeline. So ultimately, these two functions need to be aligned, and you need to invest time and energy through service level agreements or other things in your strategy to account for the factor that salespeople ultimately might be the ones who have to execute on the leads that you will generate. So now we're getting a little bit more into from the basics into the more intermediary elements of luxury marketing strategy, starting with luxury consumer psychology. Luxury consumer psychology defines basically how the luxury consumer, the high net worth individual in different wealth segments, is reacting differently to marketing messaging than, for example, a mainstream consumer or a consumer that is looking for premium goods. Luxury follows in a lot of aspects its own special rules when it comes to pricing, when it comes to value, when it comes to communicating fantasies, emotions. A certain dream factor might be really relevant to what you'll be selling to your prospects. So you need to keep that in mind before you start diving into creating your personas and other elements of your strategy. Your brand. Your brand might already be well defined, very mature, have a strong brand definition, a mission statement, a vision statement, values that are associated with it. Or your brand might be just, a logo, a couple ideas that you're having, or something you have put on your website without putting too much thought into it. Whatever the situation might be, your brand plays an important role in luxury marketing because people over time will start associating certain things with your company. They will think either that you're good at customer service, that you have really exquisite experiences that you can offer them, that you have very knowledgeable salespeople who know, for example, what high net worth individuals expect from a super yacht charter in the summer in a certain region. It can be a variety of things that people project onto your brand, and you need to shape that process from the beginning through your marketing over time. Personas or ICPs, also called ideal customer profiles. Those are really important in every luxury marketing strategy because you want to know who your best customer is, not just any customer that has the means to afford your services and products, but a customer that will really resonate with your brand, with your service offering, with your salespeople, or with your website if you are a hospitality company with an e-commerce checkout system to book rooms and suites. You need to put elements in there that relate to psychographical things, to demographics, to geography, to media consumption behavior, technology usage profiles. We pack a lot of usable, applicable information into our personas to make sure that we can actually use them in the campaigns that we set up for our clients. And you should do the same. Markets and geographies. This obviously comes in tandem with the personas, but you might want to think about a little bit deeper, okay, who I'm gonna actually sell this to geographically, right? Maybe you're a brand or a company that is used to selling very regionally, maybe just on a coast or in a specific city, or nationally, maybe in a certain country. Maybe you are more mature and international already, or you want to expand in a new market in which market you are not really known yet. It could be a variety of these things, and you need to think a little bit about that, not only like from the geographical perspective, but also from the entry barrier perspective, right? Some markets, mainland China, for example, have certain restrictions when it comes to foreign advertisers coming in and doing their thing. Some countries have different technology platforms. Search engines, for example, can differ. Russia uses Yandex more than it uses Google. So you need to be aware of those things and also be aware of the intercultural dimension. Like certain consumers, for example, from the Middle Eastern world, from the Arabic speaking world, will have a different set of values and belief systems than you from a Western European cultural dimension, for example. So if you take that into account, your marketing has a higher chance of being successful, and you will less likely fall into traps and PR scandals. Funnel design. So once you have defined all these basics, now we're getting a little bit more into the advanced elements. In the advanced elements, we're talking usually about things that relate in particular to advertising, to the media mix. The most important part here being the funnel design. Everybody has heard of a sales funnel, awareness, consideration, purchase, and we use that model in similar ways also when we work with clients. You need to basically design advertising campaigns and marketing strategies that lead you throughout the whole year and execute on these 3 phases with your prospects. Now, obviously, the way you're going to design this funnel and what kind of advertising you're going to use, what type of content you're going to use, how much you're going to use your website or offline points of sale, and different other things and tools that you can use will depend strongly on your business model and your goals. That's why I said earlier, your marketing strategy needs to be informed by your business strategy. Channels and media. Once you have your funnel roughly mapped, each stage of the funnel, you obviously need to look at different marketing channels. That could be search marketing, it could be social media, it could be working with luxury magazines online, with bloggers, with vloggers, with influencers, using programmatic platforms to show ads on mobile devices and apps, using even other things that are not yet maybe that common, like augmented reality, virtual reality apps. Sky is the limit if you have the budget and the creativity to execute it, or if you're working with a partner who can consult you on that. But you need to be very clear very early on in your strategy where you're going to spend your marketing dollars, euros, pounds, renminbi, whatever it might be, and which channels you're going to prioritize to reach your specific persona and your specific customer segment. Creatives and placements. Now, once we have the channel mix or the media mix defined and we know where we're going to advertise, we know we're going to spend our money for promotion, we need to start thinking about, okay, how should our advertising look like? Is it just a simple banner with like a logo and a pretty person on it? In luxury, that's very common, but that can also be very boring. Maybe we want to communicate things about our brand. Maybe we want to communicate things about our newest yacht, about our newest jet. Maybe we want to have something that is more emotional and driven by humanity than like actual material values. Maybe we want to emphasize a sustainability aspect of our ecological luxury resort. There's a lot of different things that you can do in that aspect, and where you're going to show this type of advertising plays also a huge role. A little bit of a timing perspective is also very important here, but choosing the right creatives, the right placements within the right advertising channels is the next step. The action plan. So now we've gone through some basic and some advanced elements. We have personas, we have market definitions, we have media mixes, we have advertising, we have creatives, we have placements. We have aligned ourselves within our own organization. Now, obviously, the next thing we need to do is to put that into practice. So we need to have somewhat of an action plan, which shows different steps, different flights of showing off different creatives at different times. When does something needs to be produced? When is it going to be launched? When is it going to be online? When are we going to evaluate the results? How are we going to measure it? Who's going to do it? How is the work process going to be? That is all important stuff that needs to be formalized and written out in your marketing strategy, so you can maybe later put it into a project management tool and start onboarding the different people and talent that you need to execute on that strategy. Realistic budgeting. You might be wondering why I'm coming up with this point very particularly late in the phase, in the strategy phase. But it is an important point that needs to be informed by all the steps that you did earlier, right? I would always try to think about a marketing strategy that I would love to do, that I want to do, that I think is realistic and can achieve the results that my business wants. And then when I come to the budgeting, scale it down or scale it up depending on what the actual budget is that I have available. Versus the other approach where people start with the budget and they try to fill out the budget with things that are available. Because in an ideal world where there's no money restrictions on marketing and you think like, okay, what do I need to do to impress these high net worth individuals, to attract them to my website, to convert them into leads, bookings, customers? You should start with that thought in your mind and then scale it down as necessary. Take out advertising channels or add new ones in. Take out content initiatives, take out video, maybe put in use stock footage instead of unique imagery that you're going to shoot. So there's a lot of ways you can kind of like slim it down if you have to, but I would always start from the big picture and then scale down to the small with your budget. And then also do a little bit of a forecast, try to calculate, okay, if we hit certain milestones within our campaign, will we be profitable? What will the year look like? When will be the big points in terms of spending come? So we can plan a little bit in advance. So now that we talked about all these elements, you might already shoot and go and do your own luxury marketing strategy, because you most likely have everything you need to come up with something that is usable, actionable, and will help you through the year to execute on your business goals. But if you want to go one step further and maybe want to work with an agency like us and you want somebody to help you get to the next level and be a little bit more specific, then I'm going to show you just a few more things in this video that can help you get there. One of them being a SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, which is a kind of common business tool to look at your company in a more realistic way and see okay, what are we good at? What are we bad at? what are our competitors like, and then extrapolate that into grids and charts, and see where you are in the market and where are you strong, where are your competitors weak. That is usually also a really good perspective to add to your current marketing campaign, especially if you're already a little bit of a mature business and for you it's more about maybe capturing market share instead of just being profitable and growing per se. The next thing is the overall creative theme of the campaign. You might not have the luxury to develop a proper art direction for your campaign, right? Where you can shoot unique editorial, unique videos, and you can have a theme that goes throughout the whole year, or at least for a quarter or 2 quarters or one big campaign. So you might be forced to just focus on your products, your destinations, your property, and just show it off because there's not much resources for anything else. But if you have additional resources, you might want to come up with a creative theme that can amplify aspects of your brand in the eyes of your customers, or certain parts of your service offering which before they didn't really were aware of. Right? And every year you can stack these creative themes on top of each other to slowly grow your brand and make it more alive and fleshed out in the eyes of your customers. Industry know-how. Industry know-how is something that for a lot of marketers often means investing extra time that they don't have much of into their work, but it can be really helpful if you, for example, learn more about the operations in a hotel business, about the FAA, FBOs, permits in aviation, in super yachts, different yacht types, different hull types, naval design. There's a lot of interesting areas that you as a marketer can explore if you're working in luxury travel to make your marketing content more rich, to make it resonate more, to speak the language of your customers, to be aware what they kind of like looking for on a technical level apart from an emotional level. And if you do that overall and add that to your strategy, it's going to make you a better marketer. We at Jade Wolf use neuromarketing as an additional layer we put on top everything we do. We like to dive deep into emotions, senses, into the subconscious, and how the copywriting, design, advertising, video, audio that we produce for our clients and use in their campaigns affects a prospect on their buyer's journey, right? Neuromarketing includes things usually from Jungian psychology, limbic maps, emotional archetypes, emotional resonance patterns, flash testing, gut reaction would be like a common theme here, and how do you break that down and how do you influence that? So this is really something where we go 140% above and beyond to make our marketing more effective for our clients. And you can dive into that too and use these principles in your strategy as well, if you have the time and the skill to execute on those. Marketing technology. While for a lot of high-level marketers, especially C-suite, VP level, director level, technology often just plays, like a secondary role because they're not really using the technology. It's more their team that uses it. Having a good image of what is available in the market in terms of new marketing technology, email service providers, marketing automation platforms, customer relationship management platforms, personalization, chatbots, unique advertising platforms, programmatic advertising solutions, marketing analytics solutions. The list is long and I'm not going to go into every little aspect of marketing technology here, but having a little bit of a CTO hat or IT hat on when you kind of like evaluating what tools you're going to use in your marketing campaign for the year is a good idea. A/B testing and optimization. A/B testing, in that moment, we're diving a little bit into conversion rate optimization and advanced digital advertising best practice, but you always want to have variations on what you do, be it landing pages, email templates, ad creatives. And if you can deploy these variants in your campaign and test them in a scientific and statistical sound way, you're going to learn things about your customers which you otherwise would not have been able to learn if you would have just had one version of everything and ran with that. So we always try to do that for our clients as well, to use A/B variants to make sure that there's enough variety so we can run actual experiments and tests for them. KPIs and reporting. Important point, not many people are a fan of that, but if you want to dive into digital marketing and make it really work for you and attract high net worth individuals through online channels, you need to be able to measure yourself, what your brand marketing does, ad recall, brand awareness lifts, but also direct marketing KPIs like clicks, costs, conversions, value of conversions, opportunity size, things like that become really important. And only by applying a strong attribution modeling, marketing analytics focus to your campaigns down the line, you can basically get into the big league and start competing at the highest level when it comes to kind of like effective luxury digital marketing. So we're at the end of the video. I just want to leave you with the final thought that having a custom strategy and investing all the time and energy into all these different points, formalizing them, writing them into a document, discussing it with your team, discussing it with external partners like agencies, consultants, freelancers, with your management, aligning all the different departments and functions in your company before you start the campaign, and making sure that you're starting with a grand idea, but you scale it appropriately to your budget, are really important steps that you shouldn't miss out on if you want to have effective digital strategies for your luxury brand. I've seen time and time again with companies that I worked that elements of were left out that I mentioned, and later there was a big, oh my god, now why do our personas don't react to our campaign? Well, it's because you maybe never thought about what affects them emotionally or about that particular aspect of your brand that they wouldn't resonate with, and you should have looked actually into another geography for that. So this is just a simple example, but investing the time and energy to go step by step for all the things that I showed you here, or hiring us as an agency to do it with you, can spell the difference between success and failure in your luxury marketing campaigns. And if you need help, don't be afraid to reach out. Go to jakewolfmarketing.com, book a free discovery call with us. No matter where you are in terms of maturity or level of applying these different elements, we probably can help you and give you some additional insights. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to not miss out on new videos we're going to upload here. Also, don't forget to go to jakewolfmarketing.com and book a free discovery call with us if you have a complex marketing challenge that needs solving, and if you want to hire an agency to support you with your business goals. I'll be seeing you in the next video.